man. Just enjoy the show, man. We have two topics today. All right, the first topic, man, we gotta talk about this team, y'all. This team made a big move in all season. They were supposed to be this, they were supposed to be that, but they ain't nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing, but they just been a big disappointment, man. So we want to know what's going on with this team, man. And the team I'm talking about is the Milwaukee Bucks. What is wrong with the Milwaukee Bucks? Now this team went from being one of the best teams in the East, top two teams. They're still currently top two in standings wise. However, nobody fears this team. What they say, fear the deer? Nobody's fearing this deer. It's hunting season out here. I mean, they're second right now, but they don't look like a team that is second. They look like a team that is reeling right now. If you take a look at their last couple games, they're 3-7, man. Their last 10 games, 3-7 wins against Brooklyn, OKC, and a win against Atlanta. They lost to the Celtics, number one. It was a close game, though. I'll give them props for that. You lose by 3 to the Celtics in their home, that's a win because that's the best team in basketball, especially at home. When they're home, they normally blowing people out. They're normally dominating guys. But the Bucks are able to keep it close. But then they went 2. They didn't lose to the Lakers by 4. They lose to the Pelicans by 7. They beat the Hawks. Now, this is when it gets embarrassing. This team has lost to the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and the Raptors 3 games straight. Yes, Teddy. Right, I agree with you. Shout out my boy Teddy right there, man. Baseball with Teddy, man. That's the guru right there. Teddy actually came into the chat early in the season and said, man, that's a clown show over there. Nobody's fearing this team. A lot of people's like, man, you gotta wait, give them time. They just got named, and you gotta give them time to get acclimated and things of that nature. And they still looking the same. I mean, this team can go on a run and look good, and the next thing you know, they just look mediocre, man. They look very mediocre. Then they just lost to the Knicks by 13 points. I believe that was the last game they just played. One thing I can say against the Wizards, Memphis, and Toronto, they didn't have their full roster. But Giannis played against the Wizards. He should be able to beat the Wizards by himself. And Dame played against the other two teams, which neither of these teams have, I don't think, none of them have more than 25 wins. These teams are the bottom of the barrel. And a team like the Bucks shouldn't be losing to them. Now, I did some research on the Bucks. I'm like, what's the problem? And I have two things. Now, everybody know that their defense took a hit this year. Losing a guy like Drew Holiday. They changed coaches, Then they changed coaches again mid-season. But they pick up a guy like Pat Beverly. The defense picks up just a little bit. However, it just still isn't it. So last year, this team allowed 113 points a game. This year, this team is allowing 117 points per game. Now, that's not that alarming. Only 4 points more. It's not that alarming, but it's alarming. Opponents last year shot 45% against this team. This team is now allowing teams to shoot 47%. Now, people say that's not a big deal, big drop. 2% is a deal, man. That matters. That shows me that teams are getting more shots that they want now. They're telling me that the Bucks aren't able to control the game with their defense like they used to. Now, this year, this team is 19th in defensive rating. You know what they ranked last year? First. That's it right there, guys. It's not about quantity. It's about the quality. Their quality of defense is terrible right now, man. It's not good. It is just not it. You cannot win playing mediocre defense like that. Especially trying to compete with a team like the Celtics. It's really people saying it's really the Bucks and the Celtics in the East. So you really got to worry about whoever come out the West, and you playing 19th defensive rating defense. That's not good enough, man. That is just not good enough. Now, another thing I want to talk about, because Dame, man, the Dame effect. Now, I agree, Teddy. Losing Holiday was a big part of their downfall. I 100% agree. Not only was Drew Holiday a solid defender, but he's a facilitator. He's a guy that don't have to take endless shots to be effective out there. Dame Lillard has to take shots to be effective. He has to. I mean, his assist numbers have been going up a little bit. However, if he's not shooting that rock, I don't know. I do not know if Dame will be a factor out there if he's not hitting threes, shooting that rock. Drew Holiday is a guy, he doesn't have to shoot 20 shots, 15 plus shots a game to be effective out there. And that allowed guys like Chris Middleton to get his shots up. That allowed Giannis to really take over like he has to, because to be honest with you guys, I think Giannis has taken a backseat to Lillard. Now, we're going to talk about numbers all y'all want. And Giannis is having a historic season. I believe the first 30-10, 5-assist season, shooting 60%. I think the first time that ever has happened. I have to double check that, but I think that's a stat. But, man, if you listen to how Giannis talk, I mean, look at this thing. Giannis, it seems like Giannis is a fan of Dame. Now, a buddy, I was over at my friend's house. My boy, shout out my boy Cardo. He's a Knicks fan, you know. We battling right now. The Magic and the Knicks tied up right there at 3-4, same exact record. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. He said, "Man, Giannis just took a backseat to Dame. I mean, it's like the big brother thing. He's like Dame's big brother or something." I'm like, yo, that makes sense. Because to be honest, when I watch this team, just like Teddy said, it's about effort. I don't see the effort. Even in Giannis doesn't look like that imposing force that takes over games no more. It's like they're just out there winning. This Bucks team isn't a team that forces teams to play their way. This Bucks team is a team that it seems like they're just going with the flow, just going with the motions. You know, they're not really. It's sad, man. It's really sad because I had a lot of stock in Giannis. I thought Giannis was one of the guys that when he got the help he needed, he would get there. He would do what he got to do to get there. But it seems like he's waiting on Lillard for something, which I don't understand what he's waiting on or nothing like that. I just think this team needs to step it up because if you look at their schedule, it's not easy. It's not easy. Let me tell y'all their last games. They have 4 games left. They play the Celtics tonight at home. That's the number 1 team. They have OKC in OKC. Then they play the Magic twice. One in Orlando and one at home. This team on a 4-game losing streak, man. This team can easily find themselves in the play-in. Yes, it's that serious for this team. They were literally in control of their destiny. If you watch my episode when I talked about the standings, what I thought was going to happen, I said they were solidified as number 2. And it's only because they played the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and the Raptors. That's 3 games. They would have won those games. That's 50 wins. That would have had them in the clear. But they lose all 3 of those games and then come back and lose to the Knicks. This team, it doesn't look like they're ready for the playoffs. They just don't. Now, I have faith in guys like Dame. I have faith in guys like Giannis to flip the switch. I believe these guys have shown that, you know, they can turn it up. They can turn it on. They can do their thing. They can just, you know, make something happen out of nothing. But, man, are they in trouble? Yes, they're in trouble. Now, if you look up, because the Magic only 1 game behind them. The Knicks 1 game behind. Cavaliers 1.5 games. Pacers 2.5 games. This team can slip up and end up in the play-in, y'all. Literally. Like, it's no joke right now. The East is a beast. Now, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think the Bucks should we be worried about the Bucks? Are they just a team that, you know, they picked up another superstar and it's going to flame out? We've seen this in the past before. We've seen teams pick up guys and we thought, yo, this team's about to do it, and they fall. We've seen this before. So, me personally, I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think of this Bucks team. You know, they had Doc Rivers, which I thought was a terrible move for this team. Doc Rivers he's proven to, you know, have some type of success in the regular season. You know, he has had great teams, but he hasn't got the job done since the Celtics when they had the three-headed monster, then a young Rondo coming up. When Kobe, you know, they beat Kobe, but then, you know, after that, it was a wrap for the Celtics. I can't lie. It seemed like they just started folding after that. The guys started getting old, and then Doc Rivers bouncing all around. I don't know, man. I just don't know what to think. So, hey, shout out. Teddy said Celtics been taking it easy lately. Now, hopefully, you know, hopefully for the Bucks' sake, hopefully they take it easy tonight, because the Bucks take this L tonight. Orlando plays the Rockets tonight, which I believe they beat them by like 20 last time they played them. The Rockets on like a 5-game losing streak. But hey, the Magic did just lose to the Charlotte Hornets, so anything's possible. But if they lose tonight and the Magic and the Knicks win, oh my goodness. The Bucks are in trouble, man. The Bucks are in trouble. So they better watch out. They better watch out. I agree, Teddy. They should be worried. I agree. So that's the Bucks, man. The Bucks just might be out of luck. We're gonna see what's gonna happen though, because you know anything's possible in the NBA. They have the players. They're capable of flipping the switch with the roster they have with Dame and a guy like Giannis. So I'm not too worried like it's just completely over. But come on, man. Come on. You losing to teams like the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and the Raptors. The Raptors was on like a 15-game losing streak, I believe, when they lost to them. That's terrible. So, Giannis, Dame, what Shaq say? Go. Y'all better listen. That's all I gotta say. Y'all better listen. But man, enough of the Bucks. All right, we in the last season of